The Christmas season is here, and that means a slew of new streaming holiday movies. Paramount Plus has one reteaming Jack Black with the Farrelly Brothers. Let's talk about Dear Santa. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my spoiler-free review for the new movie Dear Santa. This is streaming now on Paramount Plus and part of a whole host of new holiday streaming movies, and I'll be reviewing a few of them here this week. But Dear Santa is what we're going to talk about today. And before we get into the specifics of that movie, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are one of my Dan Reviews It subscribers already, thank you so much for that. Always love having you guys return. But if you're not, please consider subscribing. Click that notification bell. You can just like this video, comment below. All that stuff, of course, does wonders for the channel as well, and I certainly do appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about Dear Santa. The Farrelly Brothers reteam with Jack Black for this one. They did Shallow Hal together, and it's actually been a while since the Farrelly Brothers directed something together. Both are involved in this, but only Bobby Farrelly is directing this. Peter co-wrote the script and is one of the producers alongside Jack Black and Ricky Blitt, the other co-writer. Yeah, they've been branching out. I mean, we knew them in the 90s and the 2000s as the Farrelly Brothers. They did something about Mary and Kingpin and Shallow Hal, like I said. But they have a lot of those movies, and in the recent years, they've sort of, parted ways a little bit. And I didn't know if there was like a rift between them or whatever. But look, obviously they're both here working together, just one behind the camera and one on the page. But this movie is about this dyslexic sixth grader, and that plays into the plot. So that's why I'm talking about it. Liam Turner is the kid's name, played by newcomer Robert Timothy Smith, and he is having some issues at school, some issues at home. His parents, fighting all the time at school. He's, an outcast, a nerd. This girl he likes doesn't really give him the time of day. So anyway, he writes a Christmas list to Santa Claus to help him with his problems. Only his dyslexia means that he wrote it to Satan instead. And so Jack Black appears as Satan. However, he is pretending to be Santa Claus at first until we really realize what's going on. So look, the Farrelly Brothers are certainly no strangers to, gross out humor, mostly, I guess, maybe is what they're known for. There's not a ton of that in this movie, but more so just envelope, pressing humor. They're really pushing the envelope with a lot of their movies, and like Me, Myself, and Irene is one, and Stuck on You, where the conjoined twins. They've always sort of had these off-kilter sensitive humor, and a lot of times that can work, but the material has to be funny, and this movie never quite builds to that. The kid actor is okay. He reminds me a little bit of the young kid from Jojo Rabbit and that awful Disney Plus Home Alone reboot. I forget his name, but the kid sort of reminds me of him. He's got these big glasses. He's a little chubby. He's around the same age. So, definitely shades of that. He's an okay actor. But Jack Black, look, he used to be like this edgy comedian, and the Tenacious D stuff and some of his earlier movies, and even something like Shallow Hal, definitely not your typical comedy. And the Farrelly Brothers, love, like I said, pushing envelopes of various different styles and different topics that maybe are taboo or maybe aren't inherently funny in themselves, but you can mine some humor from it. And Jack Black, the last few years, he's been largely just doing kid stuff. He did the Mario Brothers movie, and he's in the new Minecraft movie, and the Jumanji films, and all of that kind of stuff. And this is right in line with this. Now, this is rated, well, I think it's a TV rating. I think it's TV 14. I don't think they rated it, or maybe it is PG 13. I don't know. The streaming movies are always hard, because sometimes they're TV rated, and sometimes they're MPAA rated. But anyway, this is not like a PG movie, but I think it very easily could have been. There wasn't a lot there that is that risque or whatever. But boy, oh boy, The envelope pushing goes in a new twist with this one. And I don't want to give away the ending in case you want to see it, but the ending of this movie is horrific. I mean, I cannot even believe that they did it and then made a joke about it. And the movie already wasn't good. Like, it was already in that like C minus D plus kind of range where it's like, all right, I'm not necessarily hating this, but it's got a lot of issues. It's not very funny. Jack Black just doing his shtick is getting a bit old. But then they do this ending that is in such poor taste. I can't even believe that even the Farrelly Brothers did it. And again, we're not going to go into the specifics about that, but just trust me on that. It's really it's bizarre and in incredibly poor taste and isn't funny. So, you've got the trifecta there, I guess. But the rest of this movie, let's just, talk about that, is similar. It's just not very funny. I get what they were doing. They're trying to tug at the heartstrings a little bit with, oh, this kid, he's looking out for his friend and he's looking out for his parents to to not fight anymore, and he's asking for these selfless things, and so he's a good character, he's a good kid. Is he a funny kid though? No, not particularly. And you expect some humor from a Jack Black movie, but that really isn't present here either. Some of the jokes are very obvious. Some of them just don't land at all. I will say that the more dramatic moments are okay. I think when the kid realizes, some of the stuff that he's done, or he realizes, oh, I don't want to, sell my soul to you, so I really have to be careful of what I wish for, and that kind of thing. That stuff is okay. There is a cameo from a Farrelly Brothers, classic performer in this movie that I won't give away. But that was fun to see, I guess. But that ending just ruins any goodwill that this movie had. For the first hour and whatever of the runtime, it really just brings it to a halt and is just ridiculously bad. So I will leave Dear Santa with a D. But look, if you're curious, it is on Paramount Plus now for you to check out. And check out my other Christmas review videos. We'll be putting them up this week. So thanks for watching Dan Reviews It. I'll see you next time. Bye.